us how to do certain things. He showed us a thing about zoning. I forgot what they call it, spot zoning or some type zoning. They were coming to us, asking us, now how did y'all do that? We were known throughout Anderson County, and I wasn't going to let them do that to him. It wasn't fair. Number two, I was sick of it, Your Honor. I'm sick and tired of it. I've been here 13 years. And I don't like what they're doing to my county. I own a piece of this county too, and I don't like it's not fair. They're dragging us through the mud. They're talking about us again, but it's not good. When I go down to the South Carolina Association of Counties, they look at me and they laugh and they say, "What y'all doing up there now, Gracie?" And that's embarrassing. And then so many people out there are telling me, we're tired of this. This needs to end now. We need to get about the fact going back to the business of doing business. And I voted for it also. I had 3 reasons, didn't I? I gave you 2. I had 3 reasons.
Let me ask you this question. How is the infighting impacting your ability to get work done for your constituents?
It wasn't happening because, first of all, my hands were tied, no matter which way I tried to go to do some work for my constituents. I didn't have the full support of the staff. I had to go through somebody else, or if I talked to a staff member about something, then it ended up back to members of the county council. On the radio and stuff. I didn't get anything done, Your Honor. I am campaigning again. I'm running again. And all I just hope and pray that the work that I've done will speak for me. Because I have not had, I do telephone calls, I do constituent services. But as far as putting in water lines, that was the first thing that Mr. Preston and I did together. We put in a water line over on Lionswood. The people needed, the bathroom was coming up in the bathtub or something, and they needed a water line, okay? Mr. Preston and his staff showed me the Council of Government, which I did not know about. We were able to get a loan from them. We put in that water line. I haven't put in a water line. I haven't gotten anything done. All we ever do on council is sit there and talk about the budget, or we talk about some company that's going to come in and they're going to give us a fee in lieu of tax, and we're going to get 5 jobs. They're going to pay us $1 million, and we're going to pay them $1 million or something dollars fee in lieu. We're going to get 5 old jobs out of this. That's all we ever talk about. We don't seem to be talking about putting lines. Where does lines need to go? We need a line down Delton Highway, sir, because we just lost the Veterans Hospital, and I believe in all my heart, if we had had that infrastructure ready, they may have relocated there. But we haven't talked about putting in those lines. We talked about spending money on the police thing over at Anderson College. Here we got all these empty buildings here in Anderson County. And then they go into, we own these buildings, they're going to rent space for somebody to put something somewhere. It's just that kind of stuff. And I hope that you can understand how frustrating this is, because I want to do what's right. I like to say I'm just a poor old little woman trying to make a difference. And I haven't made a difference, sir, since all of this stuff has been going on. I want it to end. And I speak for a lot of people out there who will not come and speak for themselves. And I'll tell you why later on. But I speak for them. They want this over.
Ms. Floyd, let's put a practical metric on it for Judge Couch. Back when you first went on county council, on average, how long did the meetings last?
2 hours. And we were trying to get it down to an hour, hour and a half.
Were they productive meetings?
Oh, yes.
Did you get a lot done?
Yes, we did.
Then?
You want to know why?
Why?
Because we were all given the same information. We were all had the information. We had time to study. We had time to call the people, to call in to auditor, the treasurer, this person and that person to study. When we got together, everybody knew what was in there. Everybody had the same information. So that's why it went so fast.
Now, Ms. Floyd, go to the time period after the infighting started. How long did the county council meetings last during that time period?
I remember one meeting, I laid my hand on my desk, because I was so tired I could hardly sit up. And it was 11:15 then. We started at 6 o'clock. But we have gone later than that. I have had to just get up and go home later than that. And what was done? Nothing. What was done was nothing. Now, this was the...
Are the meetings longer?
Now?
Yes.
Longer than they need to be.
Are they more productive?
No. No, longer than they need to be.
What I'd like to do is, I'd like to ask you, Ms. Floyd, do you, why do you believe Anderson County is pursuing the instant lawsuit against Mr. Preston?
It's a vendetta. It's a vendetta. These people are being driven by a small group of people. I keep mentioning that radio station. These are people who cannot think for themselves. They have to see what is the thought of the day, you know, from the disc jockey, what it is, and that's what they take. If he says, come to county meeting and do this, they are there. Okay, I understood he told people to come to this courtroom. Okay, and maybe they're here because he said so. This is all a vendetta. Okay, this could have been solved on November the 19th. This could have been solved on November the 19th. I attest and I stand by the fact, sir, that what we did, we had a right to do. What we did is what we have always done. We have always looked ahead and foreseen problems, and we have always tried to divert the problems before they got here. This is what we did with the Beaver Dam Creek. We knew we could get businesses up there if we had things in place. So what we did, we put it in place. We knew what these people were saying. We knew it. And so we said, well, that was my third reason right there. That was my third reason. My third reason for voting for this thing was that I wanted Anderson County to get back to the basis of business. That's what I wanted.
Ms. Floyd, did you see a problem coming?
Yes, yes, sir, we saw it coming.
Were you afraid how that problem was going to impact Anderson County?
We were afraid, and then we were told, I was told second-handed. I was not in that meeting when they were told that this could cost us a lot of money if we went ahead and let these folks do what they were going to do. But this one reason we were trying to do, divert this whole thing, get not fired, but terminate Mr. Preston, so that we could go ahead and when they got home, we could just do the business. They could do the business. We could get back to doing the business. But they didn't want that.
Were you trying to act to cut off potential liability that you saw landing in January 2009? No. We were cutting off. We weren't trying to do it. We did it. We were cutting off potential liabilities. Anderson County needed to get back to working. We needed to get back to the job, but the people wouldn't let it. They wouldn't let it. If you're on the county council and you see a potential liability coming down the track, do you have an obligation to act?
Yes, sir. That's why I was elected, to protect the people of Anderson County and to protect Anderson County. If I saw something coming and I did nothing, then I'm wrong for that. I am not fulfilling my obligation. Anybody who has a job have an obligation to cut off problems as they see in whatever they do.
Ms. Floyd, as always, I've enjoyed talking to you. Thank you for your time. No, ma'am. This is great. Thank you.
Okay. But there's one more thing I wanted to say.
Well, by all means. I would like to hear, what was that one more thing that you'd like to tell me? Do you forget what it was?
No, I know what it is. But I'm hoping that the judge will indulge me. Okay, but
Ma'am, I'm going to allow you to respond to the question. You always have the right to explain your answer. I haven't cut anybody off.
okay, all right. Well, sir, I want to tell you how bad it was for me. I wasn't going to do it, but I'm going to tell you how bad it was for me. Sir, it was so bad that I had to get up right before citizens' comments. I had to get up and leave the chamber because people were allowed to get up there and talk about me. They called me a clown. They said I was a court jester. They said I had no something. And the last meeting, somebody even stood up and called me the village idiot, Judge. Now, I'm a sitting elected official of Anderson County. They have not done this to any other council person, only me. Judge, the chairman of his first year, the new council came in, used to try to humiliate me to the end, but I have thick skin. Okay, but he used to try to humiliate. He would bang that hammer down, and he wouldn't do it to them. When they start heckling me or start talking or laughing or clapping, he wouldn't do it to them, sir. He did it to me. And I stood there in that courtroom by myself to defend what I knew was right. And people would not come. People would not come because they were afraid that if they had shown up, then they would be on the radio the next day too. So we had an incident one time where this Ms. Wilson was up passing papers around to everybody but me. I didn't get copies of what she was passing around. I turned to our attorney and I said to the attorney, I said, aren't we here so we can all get the same kind of information? He said, yes. And then I said, well, why is she allowed to pass a paper around that I'm not getting? And he said, I'm not getting into that, Ms. Fuller. I'm not going to get into that. Now, he is my attorney too. I'm a member of the council. He's supposed to be for the council. But yet he refused. He refused to stop it. We have not one council member up there has ever stood up in my defense. Oh, one of them told me one time after the meeting that he's sorry what was being done to me, he could see, but he never spoke up at the meeting. He never tried to defend what the other person did. No one has ever stood up for me. Now, Your Honor, I'm not a bad person. It's just that I work hard. It's just that I'm used to working hard. It's just that I have this overdeveloped sense of right and wrong. One of the reasons why I'm here today is because of Joey Preston. They call me a Joey Preston girl. Joey Preston, something, lapdog or something. But that's why I'm here today, because I supported the administrator. I supported him, sir, because he did his job. There was a time when he did upset me. I didn't go on that radio show to say, I went to his office, and I sat down with him. In fact, I got him out of his office. We went somewhere else. And I told him I was upset. And he understood. I understood his position, and we walked away professionally. That's the kind of person I am. And that's why I'm here today, sir. I haven't done anything. I have not had any kind of secret meetings. When they were having their meetings over at Mr. Waldron's office, I wasn't there. When they would come to the county office, when they would come there and they had all these papers, I didn't get those papers. They weren't even in my notebook at times. And sir, when they had these papers that they did from the secret meeting, nobody asked any questions. I couldn't understand that. Why was I the only one sitting up there asking questions? Here they're talking about a chicken farm is moving to Anderson County. Everybody agree, everybody raised their hand. The only person, wait a minute, I got a question. When did we get that? I was the only person. The fact was that they knew about it before they came here. They knew about it. What they doing to Mr. Preston here now is a vendetta. It's a vendetta. I had the right to vote for that. I had the right to protect Anderson County. I had the right to remove problems away from the county before they got here. And that's what I think they did. And Your Honor, he's already, excuse me, can I go? And I just thank you so much for listening to me.
I'm glad you explained your answer, ma'am. I think you did it well.
Ms. Floyd, if you can answer any questions that Mr. Kessler may have, I
Okay.
really do appreciate it.
You're a witness, Councilman.
Yeah, we have no questions.
All right. Ms. Floyd, you may step down. I see you wish to excuse the witness, Mr. Davis.
Yes, Your Honor.
Any objection? Mr. Floyd, let me caution you like I have everyone who's left the courthouse. I'm going to excuse you at this time. I will caution you that there is an order of sequestration in effect for this case. Witnesses who testify in the case are not allowed to discuss their testimony with anyone on any basis until this case is ended. You understand that, ma'am?
Yes, sir, I do.
All right, you're free to go. Thank you very much.
I apologize, Your Honor, we're trying to resolve some issues with the deposition that we're going to read.
You want to take a short break while we work on it?
Your Honor, if I could have just a couple of minutes, I think we
All
can
right, we'll
straighten
take
out
about a
this.
5-minute break and then I'll be back. We'll let someone know when you're ready. Thank you.